It's not a secret that this reality, this material reality, works as a hologram, a simulation, however you want to perceive it. See, it's not a it's not a mystery. Mainstream science understands this. See, you have some of the most decorated theoretical physicists, scientists, such as Edward Winton, that has gone to Harvard, Princeton, has a PhD, and all that, is on record for saying that reality fundamentally is a matrix, a mystery, and magic. In Brian Greene's Elegant Universe, he says you can pick which one you prefer. See, Edward Winton is for something called M theory. And the M stands for magic, matrix, mystery. Because that's reality at its core. And that's you. See, that's what mainstream science doesn't want you to understand. It doesn't want you to understand what's outside of the hologram. See, so it wants you to identify with your ego mind identity. It wants you to identify with your body, with your thoughts, with your experiences, and your emotions. See, you also have very prominent scientists such as Stephen Hawking's that are for the holographic theory. And see, when you cut a hologram, the all exists in every slice. Also, you have simulation theory, which you have everybody from Elon Musk, Nick Bostrom, Neil deGrasse Tyson, Donald Hoffman, all these scientists, they understand because they studied quantum theory, right? They're experts in mathematics and physics. And so they understand that reality is a simulation, hologram, matrix, whatever you want to, whatever you prefer to call it. But see, they don't want you to know what's outside of the hologram. So they pretend that it's just a theory. They don't, to just leave a little doubt. And they also understand, I'm sure, that your subconscious mind, which creates your reality, is programmed with the old paradigm, the Newtonian physics paradigm, because that's what they raised you on. They raised you on that, and probably religion. And so, although you might watch these videos about simulation theory and all that, your subconscious mind is still programmed with Newtonian physics, materialism. But you see, materialism is an illusion. And see, they don't want you to know what's outside of the simulation, what's outside of the hologram. See, ancient people, not really ancient because time is an illusion. You exist outside of space and time, but for language's sake, the Gnostics already knew that this was a matrix, that this was a simulation, that this was a hologram. Many cultures know this. Many religions know this. See, I'm not telling you anything that, most of these religions don't already know. But see, mainstream science doesn't want you to identify with what's outside of the hologram because they need to control you, right? So they leave some doubt. But what's outside of the hologram is you, is us. Outside of the hologram, we are one. See, duality is an illusion. It belongs to this material matrix. Outside of the hologram, we are one at our core. But the matrix doesn't want you to know this because it wants you to identify with the body. It wants you to identify with your trauma, with your experiences, with your emotions, with your thoughts, all these things that belong to the matrix. They need you afraid of death. They need you weak. They need you seeking validation, right? All these things are great for the economy and to make the rich richer. And I love the rich, by the way. And I mean that. But see, outside of the matrix, you are eternal and you are limitless. And you need to identify with that because that's where your power is. See, if you identify with the ego, you don't have much power because that's a lie. But when you identify with your true nature, the I am that has no form, that's when the magic happens. Because that's the truth. See, when you identify with the ego, you're identifying with separateness. You're identifying with separateness. And because you're the creator, when you identify with the ego, you're saying everything is separate from me. You're saying the money is separate from you. You're saying the love is separate from you. You're saying the abundance is separate from you. You're saying people, the environment is separate from you. But nothing is separate from you. Also, when you identify with the traumatized, fragmented ego, you're believing in limitation because, again, the ego mind identity doesn't know anything about the higher realities. It thinks so many things are impossible that aren't impossible. But you see, the scientists, they understand, because they understand quantum physics, that impossible is an illusion. Reality at its core, what you are, is pure potentiality. You see, that's why these ego mind identities, traumatized, fragmented ego mind identities, right? They brainwashed everybody to not believe in robots. You know, if you believed in robots, they gaslit you, you know, to make you think you're crazy, to make you feel like you're foolish, right? And now look at it, reality, robots. You know, you believed in UFOs, you're foolish, you're ignorant, you're crazy, the mainstream media, gaslighting everybody. Now look at it. See, that's what the Matrix does. It tries to make you feel foolish when you don't believe in lack, when you believe in a bunch of possibilities. It doesn't want you to believe in a bunch of possibilities. So all the people that believe in other possibilities and don't follow the Matrix's rules, their agents are always shitting on you, right? The people that they brainwash are always shitting on you. See, scientists understand the truth, but see, the Matrix doesn't want you to know the truth, because then you'll have power. See, limitation, lack, is an illusion. Look around you. Do you see lack? Look out in the universe. You see just infinite universes, infinite galaxies, infinite planets, right? Lack is an illusion. But because you're the creator of your reality, because the observer affects what's being observed, then that's what you create. See, the observer affects what's being observed because you are what you're observing. You're me. See, what I'm talking about isn't fantasy. These are the highest spiritual teachings. This ain't that new age or religious garbage that you're used to. See, if you're having trouble with this, it's because they programmed you to see reality a certain way that it is not. God doesn't have any limitations. The traumatized, fragmented ego only has limitations because it believes in limitations, because it believes it's separate. But see, I'm not separate from you. You are not separate from me. That's why the more love you give yourself, it gets reflected back. That's why Jesus says, love your enemies, because your enemies are you. And when you love your enemies, you're accepting yourself. You're loving yourself. Love the enemy inside. Love your dark side. Love your love and light side. That's what holy really is. See, this ain't a light worker channel. This ain't a love and light 24/7 channel. This is the yin and the yang. See, I love my dark side. I love that enemy within. I love it all because it's all me. I remember being obsessed with dreams. I just loved dreams. I was so fascinated by dreams. And of course, the Matrix, right, tried to convince me, dreams aren't important, blah, blah, blah. And they had all these agents trying to make me feel less than, trying to make my ego feel less than. Because they worked for the Matrix, which no judgment because I've worked for the Matrix. But see, the Matrix wants you to feel less than, right, for understanding certain truths. But see, dreams taught me a lot about reality, taught me so much. You see, I healed my alcoholism with dreams. While people are going to, AA meetings every day, never found that worth the fuck. Never went. See, I healed myself with dreams. You can heal yourself with dreams. And dreams taught me a lot about reality. You know how in a dream you might be like terrified of the entities or whatever in your dreams that you think are outside of you? You're terrified, absolutely terrified, right? Because you think it's real. And then you wake up and you go, oh fuck, it was just a dream. That's how this reality is. See, you think you're separate from everything, but in reality, you created it, just like you created the dream, the characters in the dream. As above, so below. As within, so without. And once you understand that, you get to be lucid. You get to live lucid. But they don't want you to know that. Also, one thing dreams taught me is back when I had a bunch of hellish dreams, went to hell realms of all sorts, just the most demonic thing you can't even imagine, right? You can't even imagine the kind of like hell realm that I went to. I can't even explain it because it's just the dark side is very creative. They're very creative. They're very good. See, I don't hate the dark side because I am the dark side. I am the light side. I'm whole. But it's really creative, brilliant. And taught me a lot, See, what it taught me is I was creating that hell. I just didn't know it. The programs inside of me as a kid, the fear inside of me, the anger, the rage inside of me was being reflected back to me. And I would attract dark entities because I had so much fear, guilt, shame that I created, that I chose that my higher self chose for me, for my ego to experience. And I'm very grateful for that. See, I'm not a victim of anything. My higher self created that for me, and my higher self is perfect in every sense of the word. But see, I was creating that hell because I had hell inside. And guess what? Once I realized that I was creating that, and I changed my frequency and started healing inside, my reality in that dream completely transformed instantly in the dream. Went from hell to a heaven realm that I had never even seen before. All I had seen was the hell realms. Well, all my ego had seen was the hell realms. Instantly. But see, in the material realm, you gotta wait a bit, right? You gotta wait a bit. So, detached. Because in the material world, you have to wait for your outer reality. Because we live in this dense reality, you have to wait a bit for the mirror to catch up. So, detach and don't react to what you created when you were unconscious. I really want to get this through. You create your reality. So do not react to your faulty creations detached from them. And have no concern, none, about when your new creations are going to manifest. See, when you're unconscious, you create a bunch of disasters because you're creating from insecurities, you're creating from low frequency, you're creating from separateness, right? You're creating from a traumatized, fragmented ego. And so you're creating a bunch of faulty creations. But I love all my creations. But you want to detach from what you don't prefer. And then, once you raise your frequency, then you'll manifest new things in your reality. Because reality mirrors you. Don't worry about what's going outside of you. See, the Matrix wants you to identify with your ego because the ego believes in separation. They don't want you to know this is the ultimate. They don't want you to know video. They don't want you to know that you're God's source creator. Now, I understand your ego may have resistance to this because all the programs, ever since you was a child, be humble, be small. Yeah. God's going to be mad at you. It's lies. Yeah, I remember when I was super humble, just the most humble person you can imagine. Yeah. See where humble gets you. It gets you lonely. It gets you, well, of course, it's an illusion. It makes you repulsive. to the opposite sex, being humble. You ever notice how all the unhumble people get everything? While your humble ass is fucking broke, alone, and miserable. But I'm not against being humble either. My character, Coleman, loves to be humble because I love everything. I love the humbleness. I love the arrogance, right? And everything in between. Because the Creator is unconditional love. He loves it all. And that's what you want to embody by marrying yourself to the present moment. And keep reminding yourself to bring yourself back to the present moment, no future, no past. Every time your ego, mind, identity, your thoughts keep coming up and try to keep you in the past and try to keep you in that low frequency, say to yourself, I don't know and I don't care. When you start thinking about some specific person or, whatever it is, start thinking about the past and shameful and all the things that the Matrix wants to program into you. Bring yourself back to the present moment and tell them thoughts, I don't know and I don't care, because them thoughts are not you. They ain't. You're the awareness of those things. I'm not my body. I'm the awareness of my body. I'm the awareness of my emotions. I let my emotions come up. I don't care. I don't care if it's fear that comes up, whatever emotion. I accept it. I love them all. I allow them to come up, and then I allow them to go. What you resist persists. Stop resisting your emotions. Don't identify with them. They want to leave you. They don't belong to you. But if you resist, you hold on to them in your body, and they're destroying your body. So feel them. Allow yourself to feel them. If that means you have to detach from alcohol, from drugs, and I love drugs. I love drugs so much. And I mean that. But you got to detach from those things. You need to feel your emotions. You need to feel your boredom, feel your sorrow, feel your joy, feel your love. Feel it. Don't judge your emotions. Don't judge your thoughts. They're not good or bad. They just are. The I am does not judge. So don't judge your thoughts. I don't care how crazy they are, how bad they are, how good they are. Don't judge your thoughts. Don't judge yourself. Well, you can do whatever you want, but I don't see how. Do that. And when you get tired of it, because that's what I did. I did everything wrong, and then I got so sick of it, I tried something else. So get wrapped up in the matrix. You're right? Get wrapped up in the slavery, all of it. See, I'm not trying to change anybody. you know, believe in whatever religion, believe in whatever ideology you want, do what you want to do, right? Until you get so sick of it. And this channel will be here when you're sick of it. So marry yourself to the present moment. Have no concern when the mirror catches up to you. Just focus on the self. Focus on being, keeping a calm state and raising your frequency. Don't worry about what's going on outside of you. There is no outside of you. It's you. It's a reflection of you. You just weren't told that. And you were brainwashed by this perverted and inverted satanic matrix. And I love it because I created it. See, again, no victimhood, because you're the creator. I hear these light worker channels where they're just victims of the Illuminati. I'm not a victim of no Illuminati. I gave them the power. I gave them the illusion of power. They have no power over me. See, these light worker channels want to get you focused on the Illuminati, right? On lizard people, right? On, whatever narcissistic, sociopathic politician, right? They want you to focus on that all day, so you create more of that in your reality and you give your power away. No more giving your power away to anything outside of you. Take these politicians' hats, their shirts, and throw them in the trash. You're the authority of your reality. You're the authority of your universe. Throw them in the trash. These politicians ain't going to save you. Not Donald Trump, right? Not Kamala Harris, that worked for the criminal justice slave ship, right? And the media wants you to brainwash to think this is the people that's going to save you. These fake, inauthentic people who have no idea what it's like to be authentic. That's who the media wants you to believe in is going to save you. How long are you going to wait for people to save you? And I'm only being stern because I love y'all. And sometimes you just have to be that way to get through to people, to get through to people's egos. Because I know this sick pathological society has brainwashed us. I was very brainwashed. But those days are done. Finished. Finito. They're done. We're done putting people above us. Put nobody above you. You are everybody. You are me. There's nothing I have or anyone else has that you don't have, because creation is finished. It's finished. Everything exists in the now. Time is an illusion. The whole tree is in the acorn. The seer and what is seen is one thing. You're not a victim. At your core, you're love, infinite wisdom, and infinite power. Claim it. God isn't going to punish you. because you are God. But they don't want you to know that. But I do. All right. And again, these are the highest teachings. These are the highest teachings. This ain't that bullshit, right, that you've wasted your time on. But everything serves you, so can't say it's a complete waste of time. But these are the highest teachings. Understand, you're not a victim. You're the creator. Embody that shit. Peace. I love y'all.